And good evening, Trojan fans, and welcome out to Walk-Ons on a Thursday night. How about that? We made it.
You sound like Doug to me.
Look, there we go. It is the Week 8 edition of the Thomas Bachman Show. We are here live at Walk-Ons, brought to you by Sadler's Towing, and great to see Janelle back in the house tonight here, without a doubt. Of course, my cohort in the press box is Nick Magnano. Glad to have him here, but Coach Thomas Bachman joins us again. Coach, welcome.
Glad to be here Thursday.
Look, you're going on, what, about a year and a half, 2 years of lemon butter chicken here?
It's been a while. It's been good.
I try to mix it up, but it doesn't. Nick, now, on the other hand,
I get to sample everything. When Coach Merce comes on or the boys come on or one of the coaches, I'm going to go sample everybody else's food.
When all of the others, you get to make your way around. But we certainly thank the folks here at Walk-Ons. This is year 6 of the show here, and delighted to have it and looking for another 60 more before this is all over with. A lot of things to talk about tonight. Of course, we'll name our Express Pros lineman of the game, our Southern Air Cool Play of the game, and, of course, our all-new Sabine State Bank Game Ball Award winner we'll have. And I think the football's somewhere around. Okay, Nick's got the football. You see on the laptop there, those that are watching at home, the drive to the Dome has begun, and we're starting to do interviews with folks that are in the hunt for this, so make sure that you check that out. All that outside of the way, Coach, congratulations on a huge game Friday night. Put that one away early.
Yeah, it was a good bounce-back win. It was good to be at home. Been on the road for a couple of weeks, so it was good to get back in front of a home crowd. I thought that, there was a lot of energy. Very proud, as we say every week, but always want to make sure that we say it. Just
that's right.
The support that we get from this community, don't ever want to take it for granted, so really appreciate that. But, yeah, I thought we grabbed control of it pretty quickly. It's what we wanted to do. Wanted to grab control of it, get it under control where we could, and thought we did that. I mean, of course, you go back and look. There's a couple of offensive possessions that you're disappointed. There's a couple of situational things defensively where we let the ball get out, give up explosive on a run. So there's always areas and things that we can certainly improve on. But we handled that one, and now we jumped into this one early Saturday morning, and here we are on the eve of the next one.
Look, you talk about that big run that was along the side on there, and I don't know, we made a point of it during the show. There are a lot of times that with that distance, somebody on the defense they give up and they let him go on and get the touchdown. Trey goes down, makes that tackle, and, I mean, the interception is the play right after that.
Yep, it's, there's a long film reel that you show the kids about hustle plays, get the ball on the ground. You never know what's going to happen on the next snap. And, Coach Merce, defensive guys, do an incredible job. And, I think that's, one of the foundations of our program of hustle, compete, play the next play. And so really proud that Trey ran that one down and got it on the ground. And, of course, J-Ton picks off the post on the very next play. So, that's why you get it on the ground, and it gives us an opportunity to use that as an example.
That's right.
For the here and now. But, as we get into next year and future years, there's a whole bunch of film plays that we can go back and show. And it's running through my mind right now. I can go back to 2019 and, seeing Robert Bennett, or 2020, and you see Keontae Gaines running things down, and, they get the ball down inside the 10, and you just never know what's going to happen, whether you end up getting off the field or whether you hold them to a field goal. You're saving points rather than giving up. Monday night in the JV game, their fullback, they dive, veer, pop it on us. It's fixing to be a 60, 70-yard touchdown, and Harris runs it down and punches it out like at the goal line for a touchback.
That's great.
I mean, those are game-changing,
that's right,
game-saving, game-winning plays that took place. And so, that certainly was a bright spot.
I was going to point that out, but I appreciate you doing that. The one thing probably one flaw that you guys had, you had a few penalties this past week, and I know that wasn't probably, had around 100 yards on penalties. And was that just a little excitement because of possible rival, or was it just kind of undisciplined? Or
I don't know that I would go as far as say it's undisciplined.
In the moment, I'm sorry.
I don't know that I'm going to comment on that on air. Not that I'm
no,
trying
that's
to,
fine.
not
That's
that I'm
fine.
trying to point the finger, but when a game takes on that type of flow,
Gotcha.
some things become penalty that when it's a 7-7, 14-14,
And it might not
I
be.
think that maybe you could say, I'm not so sure that gets called, with some of that. Now, false starts, procedure penalties, jumping off sides, those things certainly get called regardless of what it is. But, we always want to clean those up, so don't want to totally dismiss it, but not going to lie to you and say that it was something that we harped on all week as far as some of the in-game, in-action penalties that took place. We don't want pre-snap. We don't want post-snap penalties.
And there weren't many of those. I mean,
Right.
that's correct. That's correct.
Look, it was great to see the fast start, and it looked like you guys pretty much were calling whatever you wanted to. I remember the second drive that was nearest the hash on the home side of the field. It looks like they had creeped up and looked in a little bit at the run and were thinking run, and Carson hits Alex probably about 15 yards open. On that.
We felt that we would have an opportunity to get him running free, and that's why you want to run the football. I mean, it's going to create some of those opportunities, and no matter how good or how disciplined they are, when they get their, when you get them on their heels, and maybe they get their eyes out of place, and they're having to go fit the run. That you have an opportunity to get some guys running free, or at the very least, you create some one-on-one shots within a pretty dynamic player in Alex, and so that's something that we were looking to create. And yeah, you're right. It came wide open, and we were able to get a pretty cheap one, easy one right there for the second touchdown.
It's certainly not a cheap one because you guys had worked to get into that position for it. But I see but that's right.
Kind of the way we describe them, like, man, if we
take it.
Right, if you can get one where
there's no doubt
it's
about
almost
it.
like routes on air, like those are the ones you got to make count, and you're constantly trying to figure out a way to get those, but trying to tell the kids, like, best situation sometimes we can get you in is one-on-one. You got to win the one-on-ones. They got 11, we got 11. So when it comes down to those type battles, we expect you to win. But it is fun when you get them running that wide open, and you get he caught one like that last year on the opening drive last year against Pineville, his sophomore year from Carson. So, good start.
Yeah. And talking about Kaysen on the running game, I mean, 10 attempts, 185 yards, 3 touchdowns, 18.5 yards per carry. Of course, he had 3, or 2 of them that were almost 50 or above, on the touchdown runs. So that was
I think that one, his first long touchdown run might have been the second play of the series. It's just toss, and
can we talk about Lofton's pancake?
Yep.
Oh, God.
Yep. Pete's right over there.
And that was in space, too.
Yeah.
I mean, that was in space with a smaller guy. So, I mean, it was tough.
No, I mean, it's good to have those guys in front of you. I've constantly said that, when you got really good players behind you, as an offensive line, you should be really excited about blocking for those guys because they can go get yards. And if you're, these backs, I'm really excited about what I have in front of me because they're going to give me opportunities to get the ball back to the line of scrimmage and create some creases that I'm going to be able to run to. So, I think it's a combination of the two, that lead to explosives. So, really proud. Kaysen's extremely mature.
Look,
he loves football.
There's no doubt. And he catches the ball well out of the backfield, too. And he has given such an effort over the last few weeks that Noble's been out.
Yep.
But I understand that things are picking up a little bit.
Yeah, Doc cleared him today.
That's Noble that we're talking about that'll
Doc
be back.
Cleared him today, kind of caught me off guard a little bit. I wasn't anticipating. You want to look. Their futures are very important. We want to make sure that we're smart in how we do it. You're not trying to risk him for a one-ball game or whatever. Like, I want him to heal up, and whether that's this week or next week or the following week or whenever it is, hey, let's get healthy and let's go. And, he's got mobility back in that thumb that he had it operated on. And, Doc told him today, when he was pain-free and he had mobility, that he was going to turn him loose. And so he's turned loose. I don't really know what that'll look like really at this point, other than I can tell you he'll be in uniform and he'll be on the field in some capacity. I just don't know,
And look, Coach, there are a lot of teams and coaches that will tell you somebody's not going to play and then stick them out there, and you don't back away from that at all. Here he is.
I don't know what on a Thursday night. I don't know if anybody's listening, but like I don't want to.
Yeah, that's right. I know.
Let's go play.
That's right.
Let's go play, and whether it was playing or not, we're going to play. But the role that Kaysen has filled and shouldered that whole load, because Tyler's had a rolled ankle too. So that's kind of he rolled it in the JV game, because we do feel good about those three. In that position group, and there's only so many reps to go around, but we felt good. But that's a lot to shoulder.
But fresh reps at the end of the game are what early reps do.
So it looks like Tyler is feeling as good as he's felt in a while. So the fact that both those guys are available, certainly doesn't hurt going into tomorrow night. Just what it's going to look like, I can't really tell you.
Wishbone.
Yeah,
that would make Nick happy. Go out there in the wishbone and let him go.
Well,
I'm more of a.
That's probably not going to happen.
I'm more of an I formation guy. Wishbone, I kind of,
we're just a broken eye. We're just an eye from the gun in a lot of ways with some of the things that we do. It's the same stuff. We're just not under center in the true eye. But I think there's a lot of the schemes and the principles carry over to when we get into some of that 12 personnel stuff. It's a tight end rather than a fullback because he's wearing number 84. If we put him in a 40 or a 30, is he Grayson not really just a fullback?
That's what I'm talking about. Or can we say that long run Kaysen had? Can we just call it 40 sweep?
I see Grayson sitting right there. I don't know whether he's paying attention.
He may not be paying attention out there.
That door,
tight end,
door's
fullback,
closed.
defensive end. He's a football player. So
we're gonna say that was 40 sweep because actually. So I like
so
that.
That's Coach Parmley.
Run downhill. That's right.
There.
That's right.
East 40 sweep. What?
No, we didn't do. It was right, Coach. We didn't do east or west. We did right or left. I did see.
So east was so when what I was
in
taught,
theory should be
formation
right.
football in Katy, right? Everything followed the tight end.
Right.
So,
that's correct.
For us, when I was in junior high in Katy, Texas, learning I formation football, it was a little bit different. Where some people's evens are right, odds are left. For us, it followed the strength. So if we were in pro right, tight end was right. 49 pitch followed the tight end. 48 toss went away from the tight end, right? So if the tight end's on the left, if we were in con, which what I'd learned in Katy Junior High. Now we're running.
Y'all are killing these people here that are watching
this. That's what I'm talking about.
Coach Mercer's loving it. We get into these discussions all the time about. I know he had some of the young coaches or younger coaches. I come off the field on Wednesday, I think it was, and they're talking about formations and how they label them. Breaking down the data and getting your information, and there's only so many formations in football. It's how you label it,
right?
And of course, where it started with Coach Severio ingraining some of this stuff, and nope, this is how you break it down. This is how you put it in. And then how they've kind of evolved it with him and Coach Russo and Coach OJ of how they've separated some things. It's for football junkies out there. It's an interesting conversation. So they were doing some of that. But yes,
tight end was 0, weak side was 9, and then you just kind of filled in like that. And so
y'all followed the tight end too.
Yes.
So the tight end, 0 followed the tight end.
That's correct.
Gotcha. So even
and we switched.
Yep,
we had a strong side. We had a strong side right, right and left tackle, and the quick side.
Y'all don't mind if we get back to this, do you?
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
That's good stuff.
I like
you
that
guys
a lot.
could go for
hours
with that. It looks like we're going to take our first break of the evening. When we come back, we'll name our Express Pros Lineman of the Week. We'll have our Southern Air Cool Play of the Game, and of course, we'll give away our Sabine State Bank Player of the Game ball. We'll do all of that right after this. You're watching the Thomas Bachman Show, brought to you by Sadler's Towing, and we are live here where we always are at Walk-Ons on a Thursday night. We'll be back right after this.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
When it comes to celebrating big moments, BK Distributors has you covered. From eye-catching fathead decals and senior banners to custom cutouts that bring your favorite faces to life, we help make memories larger than life. Cheer loud and proud with hand fans and personalized signs, or honor achievements with awards and trophies that shine just as bright as the people who earn them. Whether it's for your school, your team, your business, or your community, BK Distributors delivers quality, creativity, and service you can trust. BK Distributors, where every moment deserves to stand out.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hawk. Learn more about how Farm Bureau Insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
The Rapides School-Based Health Center brings healthcare straight to your child at no cost to you. We provide comprehensive physicals, wellness checks, sick visits, sports physicals, immunizations, behavioral health counseling, and more. Our licensed medical providers, nurses, and social workers are ready to care for your children with no out-of-pocket cost to families or the school board. Our purpose is simple: keep students in school, parents at work, and help students thrive. Sign up today and help keep Rapides healthy.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. As the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right all year round. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $6,000.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
And we are back to walk-ons on a Thursday night. It is game day eve here. Excited about that trip up to Ruston tomorrow. That's going to be a big one. We'll go, of course, on the air at 6:30. Kickoff would be around 7 p.m. Keep an eye out for some interviews and talks with Coach Bachman. Pre-game, you'll want to enjoy that, but take that trip right up the road and go do it.
Jay Frazier sending me clips of his little brother. Had an interception tonight in the junior high game.
It runs in the family. There's
yes,
no doubt about that. An opportunity here for us to recognize some of the great play from this weekend. And, Coach, from last weekend, and there was a lot of it without a doubt. Of course, you know the work that Express Pros does for us each year, starting last year, each week. They name their outstanding lineman of the game. It's you had one job, and that was to protect or to go in and get. And so it's Express Pros Lineman of the Week award. And I let my partner Nick go through that because in his days he was a lineman. Weren't you a lineman?
No, I was not a lineman.
I'm just one of these days.
I was fullback, wingback, so we did a lot of
an extension.
Yeah, I was
Don't
extension.
start
that's
that
right.
again.
Yes,
Y'all did that through the entire commercial too.
I enjoyed. Let's put it this way: my face mask was not this little bitty face mask. I can tell you that, and it was solid metal.
There you go. So your thoughts there too on lineman of the week.
Well, I mean, and this young man, if I'm not mistaken, Coach, he played defensive line, last year, and he's made that adjustment, and you could just see every week he just gets better, better and better. His technique's getting better. He's had the strength. Just a matter of just figuring out.
It comes from confidence too, making sure your assignment's sound, and you want to play well. But yeah, you're right. He's improved each and every week.
And just a big presence out there on that line, the offensive line. Jaden Everett is our Week 7 Outstanding Lineman of the Week. So congratulations to Jaden Everett.
He's in La La.
He's just out there.
He's nervous about coming on later.
He's going to join us on the show here in just a little bit. Of course, we have our cool play of the game, and we like to look at that, Coach, and we'll let you talk us through it. And there were a number of these, but this is probably, and I said it on the air, strangest play that I think that I had ever seen on there. So let's watch, and you take us through that one.
Well, you told me a couple minutes ago what it was, but yeah, the ball hits him in the back of the helmet, and Griff picks it up, and it's like, run. You know, of course he did. It's probably the easiest touchdown he'll ever score. I mean,
it reminded me a lot of that Georgia touchdown in the SEC championship game a couple of years ago that was blocked, and everybody's standing around. He just picks it up, and Georgia goes to the house with it.
I'll take your word for it.
So let's take a look, and we'll try to pause it just a little bit through there. I may not be able
so
to.
then it's kick-catch interference, so we've got the flag, too.
Right.
And being a scoring play, we got to take the penalty
And
on
if he's
the
not
kickoff.
interfering, it probably doesn't hit his helmet.
Correct.
Because he was right up in his face, and Griff just takes it and
hits
eases
the
on down the
defender,
road.
and, you know, I don't remember
Look
how
who's
many,
leading the charge by about 10 yards down there.
Trey.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was trying to block it.
of course he was. We just got to get him a blocked extra point of field goal now.
Sykesville had a good block on that one, too.
Yeah,
you know,
he's playing really well for us. He and Simon are playing really well for us on special teams. You know, we're really excited about those two, about the here and now, what they're doing, and you know, I'm trying to think. I know Sykesville had to go in against West Monroe when X came out. Boy, he's in there one play and he tackles the back on counter. So, yeah, very proud of them.
So at this
what
point,
he's doing.
also this year, Sabine State Bank is on board with our Player of the Game award. And each week they've allowed us to produce one of these game balls that's on there. The Sabine State Bank Player of the Game. It's got the Ash logo and our logo on there. And these are made by BU Designs here locally in town. So we appreciate the work that they do. I'm very thankful for BU Designs. Let's just say that. I'll clip that up and say that. But this young man, Coach, probably is in the running for the award each and every week. But you would expect that at the position that he plays, he's going to be there. And Nick, I think 7 of 12 on the night, and there were 3 drops in there too. But 120 yards, not a lot of yards, but it was efficient and took care of it. And I think 3 touchdowns on the night that he had on there. So our Sabine State Bank Player of the Game for Week 7 is quarterback Carson Sellers.
Yeah, 142 touchdowns. So.
Okay. There you go. And so,
He's back there. Yeah, you're right. He could be in the running every week. We have a good night offensively. He's running the show. I can't remember. He's got 21, 22, 23 touchdown passes on the year. So, yeah, I mean, runs the show for us, distributes the ball, plays point guard in so many ways. Like, he gets everybody involved, so that we can get the ball distributed and touched. And he's been really good for us.
And I know you absolutely have no concern for what I'm about to say, but you look at the statistical leaders and you see guys with double the yardage and probably triple the attempts on there, and you say, well, why isn't he passing for those kind of yards? Because he doesn't have to. Because the ground game is there, because the game is there, and he does what he needs to do efficiently to manage the position and put up points.
Yeah, game flow matters. I mean, there's some time, I don't know how many.
Well, time in the quarters in the game, too.
I don't know how many pass attempts he has in second halves, really, through 7 ball games. So, this second half of the season, we still got a lot of football left to play. And, as we continue to, get healthy, what we went out there in week 1 with and what we're playing with right now is not the group that we originally thought. We think we're going to get, KJ back before it's all said and done. We're adding Noble, we're adding Tyler. So when we get back, right now we're trying to figure things out. You get limited in the personnel groupings that you use, and then, you think to, we're grabbing Jayton and Griff and trying to play them both ways, but there's only so many hours in practice, and they're over there with defense. So, just the efficiency of practice with the two-way guys is a little bit different than it sometimes is. There's only so many things that you can do. So, just as the season progresses, we'll see what happens as far as all that stuff. I can tell you this is he's played winning football for a long time, and that's the most important stat I would think as a quarterback is
1,000%.
to win in football, and he's got a pretty impressive record as a starter at Alexandria Senior High over the last 2 years.
Well, congratulations to Carson Sellers, our Sabine State Bank Player of the Game.
Yeah, he's throwing to new tight ends. He's throwing to new running backs. He's throwing to 4 new receivers, not counting Alex when you put in Jayton and I know they do it in practice. I know they did it all summer.
Just need to continue to improve, continue to
Yep.
grow. You know, hopefully we talked about in the past. You know, practice was interesting there for a couple of weeks just with the flu, and you know, it's just rhythms are thrown off. So,
right.
You know, hopefully we got back into rhythms last week. We had a pretty good week of practice this week with rhythms. Played freshman and JV on Monday night. We need to get into our rhythms and just start really growing.
It's been one of those seasons of things that have been chaotic.
I'm excited about just the routines.
Look, we're excited about this next segment. When we come back, we're going to visit with defensive coordinator Josh Mercer. Always an entertaining segment that's on there. And, Coach, this gives you an opportunity to go and grab some food. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. You are watching the Thomas Bachman Show, brought to you by Sadler's Towing, and we are live from Walk-Ons on another beautiful Thursday night. We'll be back right after this.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
At Louisiana Athletic Club, we believe in keeping fitness affordable. We're proud to offer the most extensive fitness options in the area, all at an unbeatable price. From group fitness and childcare to heated pool and family-friendly amenities in 2 convenient locations, we've got everything you need to stay fit and active as a family. Join Louisiana Athletic Club today, where quality fitness meets affordable pricing and everyone can thrive. Find your fit at louisianaathleticlub.com.
Thanks to recent advancements in cataract care at Wallace Eye Associates, patients are actually excited about having their cataracts removed. That's because our team of doctors are now able to give cataract patients a whole new level of clear, natural vision. Schedule your cataract evaluation now before a new deductible is due in the new year. When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
The wait is over, Sinlaw. DBAT Alexandria Baseball and Softball Academy is almost here. Whether your child is just starting out or aiming for the big leagues, our state-of-the-art training facility and expert lessons are designed to guide them every step of the way. Let's foster growth on and off the field. Sign up to be a founding member today.
And we are back to walk-ons here on Thursday night. Great segment as defensive coordinator Josh Mercer joins us. And I'm just delighted I got through that without having to make 3 takes on it, too.
Hey,
How about that?
we're getting there.
Coach,
we're getting there weekend.
Coach, welcome. We appreciate
Thanks for
you
having me.
coming out and being up here.
Appreciate you having me.
Look, you guys really got after it Friday night. The defense continues to just set the tone on this, too. How pleased were you out of the results of it?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously it was a tough Friday before.
Right.
And just needed to have a good week of prep and thought the kids were, saw the areas that we had to go improve on. It's been a while since, just the schedule we're playing, and, it's not really anybody's fault. This is the same schedule we had last year, but, you got to get in some of these ball games to prepare you for the big ones, and, you kind of learn some things about yourself whenever you play in these big ball games, and so I felt like the kids did a good job of recognizing that, and then this week at practice, the last week at practice, they went and addressed those things, and we got better.
Yeah, Coach, talk about your depth on the defensive line. We've had Coach OJ on here, and we've had Coach Russo, but that front seven, and actually the depth in the back as well. But that front seven, I mean, you guys are constantly rotating.
Look, it's a testament to both of those guys. It's it might have my name on it, but my goodness, if Coach OJ and Coach Russo are two of the most quality coaches I've ever been around or ever learned from, their ability to develop and just produce some of these players, and it'll be guys that off the cuff that I'm like, there's no way. I'm telling you, he can play. And then next thing you know, you get him in there, and there's a bunch of trust between the three of us as far as the guys that are in, the guys that need to be in the rotation. And, sometimes you go into a week and another guy who was a JV only kind of makes his way. You make those plays in those JV games. If you're the best player on the field in a JV game, you should be able to play on Friday night. So, it's testament to those coaches. But, yeah, the depth is extremely encouraging, especially within the box. I feel really good about it.
Look, one of the things, and we've had this conversation, and I think we've had it a lot of times on here too, is you talk about depth, but the youth of Jackson Townsend. I mean, if he's he might be just a freshman out there with his age,
we had this
I think
conversation
ridiculous.
Recently. He would be a freshman at his stature right now.
Starting in a state championship game, but can't drive to school.
Yeah, he started for us as you could say as a 7th grader.
Right. That's ridiculous, and you see that in some schools that that have that, but that's just unheard of.
Yeah, it's I'd like I don't want to push that, but
I understand.
Like
I know what
kids,
I know.
But
soapbox
some of the guys that you're going against are some of the people we play against are going to have kids that are being held back, and so they're graduating at the age of 19, and we have what we have, and they have what they have, and. Between the white lines, we got to go figure it out.
Look, we were watching the highlights, or watching the live game, and then go back and seeing them too. The way Carrick Gaines started out that game last week was just relentless.
So yeah, Carrick is one of the toughest, and he is soft-spoken. You never know it. When you talk to him, how absolutely violent he is. Yeah. He is an extremely violent young man when he plays the game of football, and he puts his body at risk. And that is, we made it a big point this year. In the offseason, you got to put some masks on to kind of protect yourself. It's a very similar situation to Jason Blackwell, where his body's
exactly
now Carrick's, got some more mass to him to protect him, where Jason was 150, Carrick's 170. And so he kind of has a little bit more protection from these blows that he's producing. But no, we've been knowing if he got a clean shot, Carrick can absolutely, take somebody off.
Separate you from the ball like he did.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that one that he had on the quarterback. And, I mean, I didn't even say anything. I mean, I just let the
one on the
Doug
quarterback,
it,
and then they put the slot. They're fixing to run the little motion counter GH, and he comes in. I mean,
quarterback's coming around the corner, and he's got the sideline until he became part of the sideline.
He accelerates through contact. Yeah. And we've got some kids that go and make tackles. The Carrick is trying to hurt you when he makes tackle. He is accelerating through contact.
Well, and that affects it. And folks that say, oh, well, look, football is a violent, physical game, and this is all within the whistle, and these are all legal. And they're taking so much away from the game anyway.
Sure.
But the ability to go in there and make a legal hit like that starts to add up later in the game. And a hit like that, you receive a hit like that, it adds up on the next play.
Correct. It's like a boxer, body blows and things like that. And those things matter. But by the fourth quarter, when you're playing in one of these tight ball games, those type of shots matter. In every play, whenever you're rallying to the football and there's 7 guys getting off the pile on top of you, and those things over the course of a game, they matter. They wear on you.
We can talk about that like Coach Bachman and I talked about formations, but we probably bore Doug, But
I'm talking about our viewership is what I'm talking about.
No, but no, that for sure. And then we really can't talk a show without talking about Trey, and how he stepped up and what he's done. And of course, the interception I picked on air that he couldn't catch the ones right to him. He was due.
Yeah, he was due some. I said something like, I do one ball drill on Wednesday, and we everybody getting picks now. To try to take credit from him. No, it's an incredible play. It's one of the best plays I've seen from a defensive back. Getting an interception. And Jayton's too was an incredible play.
Yes, it was.
Not great leverage and goes and undercuts it, and another big pick for us after an explosive. Those are huge after explosive.
If Trey doesn't chase that ball, that if he gives up on it and gets to the dadgum end zone, there's no chance for Jayton to do it.
No, it's a very huge point. It's a big emphasis. We try to emphasize, in the back half, the margin for error is extremely small.
Yep.
Defensive line, a player goes and misses a play, he fits it wrong, whatever, he doesn't spill it, backer has an opportunity to get the ball on the ground. Okay, both of them make a mistake and misfit. Okay, well, now the safety has to get on the ground. Okay, and I go through this at the beginning of every year, like, okay, you don't get on the ground. Who gets it on the ground? And it's a touchdown. Okay, so our margin for error is extremely small. So you better be able to go run, or you better be able to take great angles. So I think he does both. He's continued to get better as a runner. He takes an incredible angle to the ball, and he goes and gets it on the ground. Just give us a chance. Just give us a chance.
But you see that out of so many people on there. You guys talked about the front seven, of course you did. But you got Jay Frazier doing Jay Frazier stuff out there. Your linebackers, we talked about Jackson. Of course, X becomes such a common factor. I mean, he's just, 70, 80 tackles now on the season?
It's a bunch. It's a bunch at this point. Yeah, he gets a whole bunch. He finds his way around the football.
Hobbs is finally coming into his own, and I mean that because he took on a lot of double
teams
anyway, thank you, early in the season. But now that with the emergence of Bayon and Phoenix and Richard and Sykes and those guys, I mean, he's getting some rushes at it. He had a great game, was our player of the game, or our lineman of the week last game. Yeah,
he played probably the best game I've ever seen him play against West Monroe. They were doing a whole bunch of choke blocks rather than doubles, and he excelled. It seemed like he kind of had a feel for what they were trying to do, and that, one thing that people don't really realize when you're calling certain plays, the offensive line has to identify the front when they line up against you, and then they have to identify how they're going to attack said front. So, Hobbs does a great job with our own offensive line when they line up and they start calling out what they're fixing to do. And, after the course of a quarter or 2 quarters, 3 quarters, if you're paying attention and you're not just out there playing, your position and you're playing the game, you are listening, you're observing, and you're paying attention. And I thought by the third, fourth quarter, Hobbs had a peg on kind of what they were doing, and you could see him cross-facing on some chokes blocks, and he's in the backfield, and that's a testament to him. I thought he had an incredible game against West Monroe.
Look, and so you just go down the line, and you guys, it isn't just 11 deep. I mean, it's 14, 15 deep, and we didn't even mention Griffin. Now, does the defense take credit for that punt return touchdown that they had?
Absolutely. That's a touchdown. That's a defensive touchdown.
Wow.
We get punt returns for a touchdown. That's a defensive touchdown. Absolutely.
Have you ever seen a play like that where it hits the back of the guy's helmet and goes over there?
Kick catch interference for a touchdown is my first time I've ever seen it. Yeah.
And you still got the 15 yards. So you get a touchdown and you get the 15 yards. I mean,
roll onside. Let's do it.
Look, that's there's no doubt about it. Defense firing on all cylinders, Coach, and just a testament to the work that you and your coaches are doing.
I think we're just scratching the surface, or we better be. We got a long way to go, but I appreciate it.
You look around and there's no off weeks now. It's full speed ahead.
It's a lot of fun right now, and it's we've been saying it's a fun group to coach. You start by this point of the season, you have so much data collected, right?
Yeah.
And there's so much information out there, and we give it okay, it keeps sticking. Let's give them more. Let's give them more. Let's give them more. And so now you get to the point where you're line up in formations, and all you hear is conversations and hey, this is what motion going to be, and it's just a really fun group to coach. They're paying attention. They're applying.
Who gets the better of it in practice? Ones are the O or D.
Depends on the day. Look, everybody keeps saying the defense is the defense, but the offense had a great session the other day on Tuesday. They got after us. They called some really good plays off of some pressures we were running. And they got the better of us, I would say, on Tuesday, which is good. I love a little humble pie every now and then for our guys, and especially whenever we walk out of those things healthy.
Right.
And we're getting after each other, but we're able to walk out of those days healthy. So that's really good.
Amen.
We were talking with Coach, and he was talking about just now getting in a routine, and I'm noticing that on the film, the practice film too.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah,
we're this deep. That we're this. I mean, we keep saying I feel like we just get started.
Yeah.
But we're this deep in the season, and we've had so many days or weeks where something was going on. We had something pulling at us, sickness, whatever it is. And now we just had a first real full week that we've had in a while.
It's ridiculous when you can finally count on your JV game being when it's supposed to be. Everybody stayed in school all day.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hey, we did mention, of course, Coach mentioned it, but talked about, you talking about Trey's, hustle play to get the ball on the ground. What about Harris's on the JV game?
Unbelievable play.
Fumble.
And almost knew it was fixing that. Seeing Harris, who can absolutely run. As a sophomore, had a great offseason and ran track. And he is opening up on this fullback, and I see him closing ground. And the second I saw him get close, and I knew he was fixing to do it because I see him every day in practice doing it, where it's a one-on-one rep, and you see him trying to peanut punch. And you see him doing a rep, and you see him trying to peanut. He is he's done a great job of applying the things we've just repeatedly said. And he runs, and I mean, it's a 3-yard line. It's as clean as day, and he just goes and punches it straight through. And then for one of the last series of the game, he goes and makes, another spectacular interception and toe taps with 1 foot in. I mean, it's an incredible play. So, we're really excited about Harris. He is a varsity player. He's a JV guy, obviously, for the role he has to play and develop. You get better by playing.
Yeah.
But he is most definitely one of our best varsity, football players right now.
Well, we will be talking about him a lot, no doubt about it. Coach Josh Mercer, defensive coordinator here for the Trojans. Looking forward to a big one tomorrow night. Thanks for stopping by, Coach.
Thank you, Doug. Appreciate it.
Yep, there you go. We'll be right back right after this. We will get a couple of the players up here, and still a little bit of time to come out. We're enjoying walk-ons on a Thursday night. Less than 24 hours to go until kickoff. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Thomas Bachman Show, brought to you by Sadler's Towing, right here on 446 Sports.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. As the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right all year round. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $6,000.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
The wait is over, Sinlaw. DBAT Alexandria Baseball and Softball Academy is almost here. Whether your child is just starting out or aiming for the big leagues, our state-of-the-art training facility and expert lessons are designed to guide them every step of the way. Let's foster growth on and off the field. Sign up to be a founding member today.
And we're back to walk-ons. Certainly excited to be here with a couple of the players from the Trojans, Jaden Everett, Peter Lofton, join us here. And congratulations, our reigning lineman of the week, too. That's good stuff. How about that? So, guys, man, it was a quick game last night. You guys went out there and took care of business early on offensively. Tell me a little bit about how it was to get that one behind you and get into Week 8 here.
I say, I don't know, it was good to get behind us in Week 8 because, you know, we get ready for RUSTON. Good team. Gotta get ready.
Look, Peter, you guys have just have grown a lot together this season as an offensive unit. Tell me a little bit about the growth and maturity of that offensive line.
Coming in, we were a fairly young group. We lost, three people last year, so it was coming in and kind of building what we had last year, more of a brotherhood, and, you know, we still getting a little better. I feel like each and every week we're getting better, closer, and, you know, the best is to come.
We talked to Coach Merce here just a minute ago and talked about how it was when the ones go against each other, the good on good, and he said the last time out the offense really took it to him a little bit on there. Was it going against the defense like that?
I feel like it just gets us better. I mean, we're playing, I think, one of, if not the best defense in the state. And we have a bunch of young guys, and to get out there and do what we do, get confident, I think it's really good that we play the defense that we play every day.
How much better do you think, Jaden, that you've gotten from the start of practices first of the year to now?
I feel like I got way better. You know, coming from, like, D-line and stuff, not knowing much about O-line, having to learn plays and stuff. You know, I feel like I got progress.
Let me ask you though, do you carry some of those things that, because so long you were on the defensive side of it and your goal was to look at what these offensive guys are doing and find a way to get around them. So has that helped you as an offensive guy say, I know what you're thinking, and so I'm going to do this to stop that?
Sometimes it does. You know, you can tell by body language and things like that.
Look, definitely so. You guys have led the way for a pretty high-profile offense on there. That seems like that group's coming together. How important is it that you guys have had to set the tone, whether it's rushing the ball or giving a pocket to Carson back there?
I think that's the most important thing in football right there. We have the running backs and the playmakers that we do. I mean, I know if we block, we got the quarterbacks and the running backs to make you pay. And once you start fitting up on the run, that's when Carson gets to do what he do.
Look, and getting Noble back this week is certainly a big win. What do you guys prefer, pass blocking or run blocking?
I prefer 12-play drives where we're just running the ball every play.
That imposes some will, doesn't it? But now you say running the ball. Case in last week, I mean, we've seen when Griffin gets the ball, sometimes they're way quicker than one-play drives or than 12-play drives.
Yes, sir, especially when you got the skill players we got.
Look, when you're on this end of the field, say the 20-yard line or so, and they bust a big play, and you got to run down there and get ready for the extra point on there, how's that feeling when you're going down there knowing that big play just happened?
It's exciting. Knowing you can go down there and you got the momentum to go score the ball and stuff.
You get a little tired time you get down to the end of it. But look, the way you guys condition, though, I think you're ready for that. I don't know that you use the Tempo Tuesdays like you used to. Tempo Tuesday seems to be a little more physical of a day, too. How has the difference been with that?
Tempo, you talking about from
your
like
Tuesday practices, what they used to be versus what they are now necessarily? Because I don't think you go with your Tempo Tuesdays anymore.
We just started getting back into Tempo Tuesdays, like, last week? But the Tuesday before, it wasn't no joke. I wouldn't say it was any less difficult than Tempo Tuesday. We were going at it.
It's just a different style. And look, when you guys are down on that end of the field and it's just offensive line and defensive line going together, there's no let up. There's no finesse or just working on things. You guys are banging around down there.
Yep, I mean, with the coaches we got, you go around the inside and you play around, and it's gonna be a long day.
Look, and you're telling me that they get after you if you take it easy?
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite part of one of these practices? And don't say the end.
I'll probably say my favorite part is pods. That's what we do. It's like the beginning of practice.
Right.
We come in, get a little Indian, and then we'll go to pods. And I'll say that's probably my favorite part of practice.
Jaden, how about you?
I like inside.
You look, that separates the men from the boys, doesn't it? All right, Friday night, this past week, when you guys come out, you got the smoke going, the flags coming out, the crowd, and the horns, and all of that. But tell me about the experience of Friday night for you guys.
I think it's special. I mean, we play, I think, in the best environment, if it's home-wise, than anybody else in the state. I think you give us that argument. And when we have what we have, we're just so thankful for it, and we're thankful.
Look, we were on that side in the West Monroe game, and I'm gonna tell you, I thought that the Trojan fans traveled well, and I thought they were just as loud on the road as they were at home. Do you guys get that feeling on the field?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
What is
sir.
that like, Jaden, playing there?
Playing West Monroe?
No, playing in front of fans that travel. I mean, knowing that your home crowd's got your back.
It's special just knowing that they'll travel with you to a different place, 4 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours away just to come see you play.
Yep, they'll do it. Peter, seeing the crowd like that, hearing the horns, hearing all of that when you're at a road game, I mean, because I know the folks will be fired up and they'll be up in Ruston tomorrow night as well.
Yes, to ask me.
I'm just asking you the feeling of going out there knowing that you're not necessarily in hostile territory. You got a lot of people that have your back.
I mean, that feels amazing. I mean, when you're out in Ruston in the West Monroe with the home environment that they have and how loud they're going to be, knowing that we're going to have people that's going to be just as loud, just as many people in the stands, the same as we were at home. And I feel like it creates kind of like an away atmosphere for Ruston in a way, in the West Monroes.
Look, that's good stuff, and I don't expect anything different tomorrow night up there at Ruston. Jaden Everett, our reigning Express Pros lineman of the week. Peter Lofton, two members of that big offensive line that are taking care of business this year. Guys, thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you, as always, for coming by here. Pete, thank you, sir. We'll be back right after this. We'll finish up with head coach Thomas Bachman when we return.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hall. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. As the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right all year round. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $6,000.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
The wait is over, Sinlaw. DBAT Alexandria Baseball and Softball Academy is almost here. Whether your child is just starting out or aiming for the big leagues, our state-of-the-art training facility and expert lessons are designed to guide them every step of the way. Let's foster growth on and off the field. Sign up to be a founding member today.
It's quite all right. And we are back here to walk-ons on a squeak-free Thursday night. There you go.
You sound different this
Yeah,
week.
I sound normal. We are, of course, getting ready for the drive to the Dome. Excited that all of you are here with us on this beautiful Thursday evening. And our newest fan, want to give a shout out to, we talk about Sadler's often. Sadler's Towing has been a proud partner with us for I guess, from the beginning on that. Yeah, and certainly grateful for them. But that Sadler's group is getting a little bigger. She had her first grandson. Boston Brent Swallow is the newest Ash Trojan fan, and so we give a big hello out to Boston Swallow there, and congratulations.
And a future Trojan.
That's right.
AKA Bean. She calls him Bean.
I get that. But he's not very old, and that's a quick nickname. That's quick. Goodness gracious.
7 pounds, right? 7 pounds. 7 pounds, 14 ounces on Sunday.
That's a big bean. Yeah, that's goodness gracious. Coach Ruston is on the horizon tomorrow night. I know we don't get a lot of X's and O's out of it too, but glaring thing that stands out is their perennial powerhouse, and it's going to be a hostile environment.
Yeah, no doubt. Really well coached, great program. Been being coached by these guys since they were in the 6th grade, so a lot of experience in a system. Play extremely hard, very sound. Will certainly attack where they think you're weak, and make sure that you're good to go. They've got really good players all over the field. I guess number 6, the junior tight ends, one of the top players in the country.
Ahmad Hudson,
a young tailback that is already picking up some offers. They just do a really good job, and we've been playing each other for a long time now. And
look, one thing that's certain is no matter what the score is, don't leave early, because there's going to be some late game drama. It seems like every season. I can still see Baby D streaking across with that ball after the turnover. Yep. Some that didn't turn out in our favor on them as well. But when it's Ash Ruston, when it's Coach Bachman against Jared Ball, I mean, and I know it's not that, but you get it. It's always going to be a battle.
Yeah, I just have the utmost respect for the way they do it, the program that they've built and sustained now for a long time, played in the Superdome for 3 consecutive years. I just got a lot of respect for Coach Ball and the job that he does and the consistency that he's done it with. And when you turn on the tape, this team's no different than any team he's had. They're tough and disciplined and play the game the right way. So looking forward to what it's going to be, another 2-5A district ball game, some of the best football in our state, in my opinion. And so it's the ones we look forward to.
That's right.
Yeah, Coach, we went, 2 years ago, we were up there with you all, and in that press box, you can't hear the noise. But as soon as the game was over, we went down, and it's a very impressive environment, just like the West Monroe environment, just like the Ash environment, So I encourage anybody.
It's a beautiful stadium.
Yes.
I love the setup.
Yes.
With the tennis courts, and you're kind of enclosed
Right.
in there. I think it's one of the great places in Louisiana to play football. The environment that they've got and the setup and how they've done it. It's a really nice place.
But what makes that environment better is whenever the Trojans are on the other side making just as much noise.
Absolutely.
Look, I've been impressed, and we talked with Jaden and Pete about that too, about how a lot of times our road crowd has been as loud, if not louder, than the home crowd, and that's a big statement in the type of road games that we've played this year.
Got a lot of great people. Very proud to be a part of it. I know that,
that's
same thing, but I mean it. It's sincere, and I certainly hope that we travel well up there, and that that the energy from the crowd is felt by these boys. I know it has an impact on the way that they play. So I hope people will get in the car and travel up there. If not, they can check it out right here, right?
Well, the rain's not coming in until Saturday, so they got no reason not to make the trip up there. And it's, 2 hours back from Ruston, roughly, depending on how it is.
What you say?
I'd say hour 50 back
That's
to
what
Alexandria.
I was gonna say, a little less than 2 hours.
Yeah.
And you've not seen KP drive. We will make it a little quicker than that too. There's no doubt about that. Unless you got to stop and get a meat pie, and then it slows the trip down just a little bit. But as always, watch the game on the way back. Go up there and support these guys. Support all of the personnel it takes to put this show on. Coach, we look forward to visiting with you a little bit into our pregame show tomorrow, as always, and then hearing your thoughts at halftime and postgame as well.
Can't wait.
Look, there you go. Guys, that's going to wrap it up here from Walk-Ons tonight on a Thursday night. It has been a lot of fun. Congratulations to our lineman of the week, that is Jaden Everett, and our player of the game. Our Sabine State Bank player of the game was Carson Sellers. And, of course, the cool play is that punt return that still gets me every time. We got that one posted and out pretty quick, and that's one of those rare occasions. Bounced up. Anyway, you guys all saw it. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 6:30 is when we will go on the air. We'll be back here next Thursday night. Whole lot of stuff going on between now and then, so make sure you hit the road up to Ruston. For Nick Magnano, head coach Thomas Bachman, I am Doug Gann. God bless you all and good night.